Hello everyone, so my name is Michelle Watson and I'm going to be discussing and kind of going through the code that I helped develop. This was written by myself and Cameron. So here we go. Alright, so we started by creating 3 array lists, which are each going to hold different things: the param name list, equiv class list, and the plist, which holds objects of the parameter kind. Then we create an object which parses through the file execution queue on save.json. As you can see, we have it written 3 times and commented out. That's because we have to figure out a way to and have it basically take the file from the front end and enter it here. But we have not done that yet, so this is our way of doing it for the time being. Then we move on and we cast object to JSON object. So that's kind of what's going on at this line. Then we create a map named input parameters, and we realized that our JSON files have the same keywords in them. So in this case, we were trying to get the input parameters and create a map using them. So we use the keyword input parameters. I'm just going to go into one of our JSON files so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see here, you see input parameters, and yeah, so that's how we got our input parameters. Then we iterate through our input parameters map created up here, and while it has next, it moves to the next item, and then we get the string of parameter names, which is the key, and we cast string to make it string type, and we add that to our parameter name list array list that was created up top. And then we create an object of the type parameter, and we use the param names right here to set the name. Then we create another JSON object called value, using our pair from up here. Where is it? Right here. And then we create a map of equivalence classes by using the equivalence class keyword, kind of like we did up there with input parameters. And then here we basically took the equivalence classes and made it the key. We took the input parameters and made it the key, and then the equivalence classes became the value. So while it has next, we basically got the key and added that to plist. Well, I'm sorry, we basically got the key, and then we went into our parameter class and used the add param method over here to add the equivalence classes to our array list of equivalence classes. And then we added each individual object to our plist. Now, this last bit of code right here is pretty self-explanatory. It basically just prints out all like our parameter name and our equivalence classes in a pretty way so that it looks good. So I am going to go ahead and run this so you can see what it does. Alright, so here you get the parameter name, and then you get the equivalence classes for that parameter. This code is a little bit messy, so we are actually working on making it look a little bit better because it's kind of all over the place, and it was basically our start. So we kind of just wanted to get something on there that made sense and worked. So now that we've done that, we are working with Puen to make it look a little bit better. And yeah, that's what I've worked on so far. I've also been the team manager as well as the client liaison. As the client liaison, I have been the one to schedule all of the Zoom meetings, and I'm basically in charge of the communication with our client mostly. Although we all talk to him, I kind of am the one who talks to him the most. And I'm kind of in charge of that communication. And as a team manager, I've been in charge of, keeping track of team meeting minutes, making sure, that we're all on board and we're all talking to each other because, as you know, life can kind of get in the way, and that can keep everyone kind of apart and not talking about what we're working on, or not even remembering that we have to work on certain things. I've also been trying to keep up with Jira, which, as you know, is new to us, and so far so good. But that has been my contribution thus far, and hopefully I can continue to contribute a lot more. So thank you for your time, and have a good night.